China, how's motherhood life going on?
Motherhood is just the most amazing experience I'm having every single day, through the whole day, and I'm so blessed with the most beautiful baby girl. She turns 2 literally next month, and the glow that you talk about, that you see on my face, is for the 2 buns in the oven right now, because I'm 5 months pregnant, and I delivered twins at the end of March, so that's why.
Amazing.
But
So, yeah.
I'm just very excited.
Amazing. So, we would love to know your association with mini homes.
Mini homes, my association started when I wanted to buy an apartment.
Right.
That's when I
Many
met
years
Varun.
back, yes.
Yes, many years back. And I wanted to buy an apartment, and Varun was handling the project at the time. And that's where our association started. And I think it developed and reached this point of where I'm endorsing many homes, because the association and the friendship, the relationship developed because I got to know the person, and I didn't buy one, I bought another apartment.
Multiple,
And then,
yes.
yeah.
Bought another one after that as well.
But small ones, multiple but small apartments. But yes, and I think that's where I learned of Varun's integrity and values, which I think are really so important when it comes to giving people advice.
Yeah.
And you guided me as
Yeah.
well in terms of telling me don't buy something
Yes.
when I wanted to buy something, and I asked for your advice.
Yeah.
And that was the foundation of it. And I believe that when you have something like real estate, which is, it's not change that you're putting in, it's a big significant amount of money, it's always good to turn to experts for advice. And with Varun's foundation, his knowledge and experience, and the values that you bring to the table, that your company stands for as well, with trust and integrity and the transparency that I've experienced over these 15 years of dealing with you, 10 years of dealing with you, you know, I very strongly endorse them, and I think they're going to go a really, really long way, because real estate is something that many people are now turning to as investment, besides it being their home. And having experts to guide you makes such a big difference, because we cannot know everything in every field. So when you want to spend money, it's always good to turn to the experts.
Yeah, and always right to have the good intent and the right intent. You know, you need to understand your consumer well. You need to understand what their risk appetite is, how much they're willing to wait for it, you know, and what they actually want, you know, more than anything. And if you're able to understand them and guide them the right kind of thing, I think people will keep coming back to you, and that's where the loyalty and the trust and the credibility will develop, you know. And that's what we'll ensure at Mini Homes, you know. Our 3 values are basically professionalism, trust and transparency, you know, because if you follow all these 3 things, you know, you cannot go wrong, you know. And that's what we intend to do. It's what I've been personally doing from the past almost a decade. I have found success in that, you know, and it's great to see a relationship coming to this level, you know, over these years of time. And this is the same culture and the same kind of a philosophy I would like to continue in the company.
But that's the only reason why I would put my name behind a company that is so young and just entering the market. You know, because of what you honestly, your company stands for the values that you stand for. That I have experienced with my own finances. I have experienced it, and you are very transparent and you're very trustworthy. And when people are investing their money, it makes a huge. It made a difference to me. You know, and that's why I'm here today, where sure you're not a big multinational brand, but I'm so happy to
It will
bring my
definitely
name
become.
to it.
So if you have the right foundation, you know,
And I think you will.
Yes.
I think
You're very
you
confident
will,
for that.
because there is so much demand out there in the market, and you're not dealing with change.
Correct.
You're dealing with
it's
people's
big money.
serious
For some
money.
of them, it is money saved for years of their life. You know, people who are especially buying their first homes or buying into a house which they want to live in. You know, it is money which has been saved through lives. Of course, it's a very responsible job that we are at. You know, and we do take it very seriously and professionally. You know.
And the biggest endorsement that you can have, I think, is when you have repeat clientele in something like this.
And biggest endorsement can be a person who's been a client years back
That's true.
and endorsing us right now, you know.
It comes from a
so
place of
it is
faith.
something
Yeah.
which
An experience.
you've experienced, yeah.
Yes.
You know. So it is not somebody who's just coming out of the way and like, you know, talking
No,
about us.
no.
It's
I
about
have-
somebody who's been with us, who's used our services and who's today willing to give us
And on
input.
behalf, honestly, on behalf of all consumers out
Yeah.
there, I think this is something, mini homes is something that we need because, like I said, you can't be an expert in every field.
Yeah.
If I have a problem, a heart problem in my family, I will go to
a heart specialist,
a specialist, you know,
yeah.
cardiologist, exactly. So when it comes to something like real estate, I will go to somebody who knows their stuff about it, so that you help me sift through all the nonsense and sift through what is right, what's out there, for me especially, and you know, there is so much doubt in the real estate market about, is your money in a safe place?
Correct.
That's one of the biggest concerns.
Right.
And having you there, having many homes there, really helps a consumer. So I think
wish
it'll
to
do really
wish to do good and wish to always help people, you know, and get their investments right. If they're looking for
Yes.
investment, they make money in time to come. If they're looking for home, they get what they want, you know.
well. Yeah.
Diana, what 3 things you find in while promoting any brands or anything? What 3 things? Because you are a face of that brand, so what 3 things you find in?
You see, when it comes to you have cosmetics, it's completely different.
Right.
You have I'd say cord blood, you know, that's something completely different. You have many homes, which is an advisory company. So it's very different when it comes to each different brand that you endorse. But with this company, the reason why I so strongly stand behind many homes is because of what they stand for. And in the real estate market, it can be a shady market. It can be a very insecure market. Which of us have not heard stories of where a property was sold twice over to different people, you know, or the papers weren't in order, or something has gone wrong. In this case, when you have a many homes to advise and guide you, all that groundwork has been done, and it's been done by the experts. So, and I say this because I've bought properties through them. So you buy one, and then if you are that comfortable and it went so well and you buy a second and a third, you're not going to do that unless you are really confident and you're happy with the results. And I think transparency, especially in a real estate market, transparency, honesty, trust, these are really important factors. And at the same time, with all those emotional values, you have got professionalism. And trust me, they're really professional. So that worked really well for me, and that's why I, you know, so happily and straight out there, I put my name to it and say, I trust them, and I ask you to trust them, and they're going to go a long way.
So you being a part of mini homes now, so what sort of responsibility you inculcate in yourself now?
You know, when I put my name to a brand as an endorsement, I look at it, I take it pretty seriously. I have said no to skin lightening products because it hurts my senses, because it, you know, it clashes with my values, and I will never put my name to a brand, to a product that I don't believe in. And I choose them, I'm very selective. I've had a long discussion, you know, every time I'm associated with something, I have a proper discussion with the company and then do it. No matter who it is, even when it was L'Oreal. I'm like that. I'm like that.
So what's your idea on luxury homes?
A luxury? I think, you know, luxury homes, when I hear the word luxury homes, I am someone who was born and brought up very, very simple middle class. So I still think on those lines, and I hold myself true to that still. So when you say luxury homes, I think of it as a second home. I think of it as, and many people, for them, it's their first home. Yeah, right? It depends where you are and which strata. I think of it as luxury, as a lot of the extras that I didn't grow up with, and today you have the luxury of having.
It actually comes with comfort as well. Like, you know,
Exactly.
for a lot of people, luxury is comfort, you know. If you have services which are very convenient to you, nowadays you have concierge services.
See,
in
he
the
knows the
apartment,
words
you know.
because
So-
this is your business, exactly.
Yeah. So that is luxury, you know. So there are some properties offering private jet memberships as well
Really?
with the apartments, you know. So
See,
that
I
is
don't
luxury,
know about those.
You know, so you have it as the first home as well, and
Right.
then of course luxury is a second home as well, because not everybody buys a second home, and of course that's a luxurious product. You're basically buying it because you just want to have a place where you can probably step out and go on the weekend or probably once in a month, you know. So
That trend is also changing though, isn't it? Where people buy a home and think this is going to be my only home.
yeah,
I mean, it did for me. When I first bought my apartment, it was, this is my home and I'm not going to have any other, so I have to get the right one.
right.
And it's a good thought process when you
Mhm.
get your first one. But
Right.
then people think beyond that, they look beyond that, they grow and think, wait a minute, I can see how this has increased in value, so let me now look at this as an investment. And seriously, in Mumbai, when you can actually get it together, it's a great investment.
Yeah, definitely. Like, you know, especially when it comes to Mumbai, you should not think twice. You know, it's about maybe a time that you need to wait for 4 years, 5 years, but don't hesitate to buy properties in Mumbai. They'll definitely grow with time.
The
And
right
some-
property though.
The right property, of course. Of course, you need to see the credentials of the builders. You need to see.
No,
you know,
I leave
what
that
the
for
thing-
you to do.
But yeah, but if let's
That's
say
my mini home, so I don't have to deal with
Alright,
that stuff.
so basically the properties that we recommend, you know, I
Yes.
think you should just buy it off if you're looking for investment, because real estate is a place where at least your money is safe. It's a tangible asset, you know, comparatively to anything else. So if you put in your money in real estate,